Hello, welcome to my Southern Maryland two-gun match video for July 16th, 2022. I am Mauser Dude. I started off on stage 6, which is over at the rifle range. The stage was called Serenity. I'm going to fast forward through this because it's pretty hard to see the targets, but you're moving back and forth from two positions and engaging two steel targets downrange at 100 yards. One is a mini IPSC and one is a 12-inch gong. And this is actually my first attempt. We messed up the score. I was the very first shooter of the day on this stage. We hadn't quite worked out all the little kinks. So I actually did the iteration 5 times. So you'll see me going back and forth 5 times. And I attempted to do it offhand, and I think I did pretty well. It was a good experience, even if it didn't end up counting. That's why I left it in the video, because it wasn't, the times weren't that much different from when I did the next run, and I used a kneeling position for each shot. So here we are clearing the rifle and having a discussion about the times, and we end up messing it up. So thanks to Mark for running stage 6. That was super awesome. Then it was off to stage 1, which is in pit 1. This one was move down a hallway and engage a bunch of targets. All the targets get 2 shots. Start off with a rifle and have a hard lean there. Come across the hallway, engage 2 in the open, and then 2 more around this corner. And we kind of use IDPA-ish rules, so you have to slice the pie on targets. And here I make my first mistake of the day. I lean over and I look through the magnifier instead of through the red dot. I clear my rifle, sling it pretty smoothly, and come down. I probably should have waited to sling my rifle till after these 2 targets. I kind of got lost in the stage. Run up and engage these last 2. And that was stage 1. Then it was off to stage 2. This is down the hallway to the right, and this stage was very cool. You started off, you had to shoot through a port, and ended up they had near to far for IDPA rules, so you end up shooting the one off to the right first, and then 2 or 3 targets in the back of the bay here. You can see a bug fly across the screen. I ended up switching shoulders because it's a pretty hard lean and it was easiest. I did that relatively smoothly. And clear the rifle, sling it, and this is another reason you go to these matches is test your gear. I had my sling too tight. I actually tightened it up mistakenly, and you engage the last 2 with pistol. On that stage it came in 10th. On stage 1 it came in 6th, so not awesome on stage 2. Then off to stage 3, Cyberbrand Smash. I actually wrote this stage, and it was a lot of fun, even though I ended up doing terrible on it. And it was interesting to see. We watched the squad in front of us, and they all shot it kind of different than we did. So it's interesting when you design a stage, what happens. Okay, so all the paper targets on this stage, you have to engage with a rifle. Okay, then you run all the way across to the other side, and there's one there. And I tried to set it up so that you had to engage some of them from each side, all the way across the bay. So cleared the rifle, and here you had all the steel targets. There's 5 poppers and a plate rack that you have to engage. And I get a freebie there, vibration knocked the next plate down. And then I cleared the plate rack, and I realized that I forgot a target, but I ended up forgetting 2 targets. So this stage was terrible. I came in 15th. I missed 1 steel target and 1 paper target completely. Then off to stage 4, this is called Spinner End, another stage I did. I decided to break out the spinner. I don't think we've used the spinner for pistol competition at Sanders for years. So it was a good chance to get everybody a look at it, and I think it ate a bunch of people's lunch, to tell you the truth, and almost ate mine. I'll explain that in a second. So these rifle targets each get 3, and put an extra one in that one to make sure. clear the rifle, then you come to the center circle, and you got to spin the spinner. So I was shooting my Glock 19 today. My CZ had a sight issue, so using the Glock 19 with a extended mag for the first mag. That's the only extended mag I have for it. So I think it's got 19 rounds. And I was getting pretty close, and I was trying to do the double tap thing, ran out there, and ended up... It's the frustrating thing about spinners is you get it close, and I'm trying to do the double tap thing, trying to get lucky, and you saw a huge flinch there, so you can see what's going on. So I'm on my last magazine now, and it's got some pretty good momentum and swing, and I hammered over right there. So that was a $10 stage in ammo for sure, and I'm sure a lot of people it was rough. I came in 11th, so there was a big backup for stage 5. So I went back and reshot stage 6, and I ended up using a kneeling position, and ended up doing pretty well on stage 6. Came in 7th, which wasn't too bad. I'm not the world's best rifle shot. The interesting thing is, with the red dot and magnifier and a 50-yard hold, you kind of have to hold at the bottom of the target, and it seemed to do pretty well. So I'm pretty happy with that. Then it was off to stage 5. This was called overtime. As you started off in a truck with your pistol on the dashboard, and you'd engage a bunch of targets off to your left. And if I remember correctly, all the pistol targets get 3 shots each. So you'll see, yeah, everybody gets 3 shots. And then way out, this is our first attempt to use a dump bucket too. And then I forgot to look for where the door latch was before I started the stage, so I ended up looking for the freaking door latch. Then you go to low cover and engage all these slicing the pies. You go right to left. And Matt also videotaped me third person, so you can see. I forgot to put my ear protection on, so you can see the third person view. And I like using my Glock. I shoot pretty well with it, but I prefer my CZ. So you see you come around the back, and they had to put a rug over the back of the car, and it still ended up, the muzzle blast from all the rifles and pistols actually tore through the carpet and busted out the light. So that was an interesting side note there. That stage, I ended up coming in 9th. And I came in 8th overall, which wasn't too bad out of 31 shooters. It was okay. I should have done better. And thanks to Jake for putting on the match, and for all the help setting up from Mark, Marilee, Gus, Gary, and Matt. That really helps a lot. And as always, thanks to Marilee, Gus, and Sprinkles. I couldn't do it without you. See you next time.